It's a melting chocolate. I love it. So good.
With mashed potatoes, gravy, and like
Sweet.
You know what I want to do? I want to do chicken breast stuffing.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Gravy over it.
You call me, you don't want to come out.
No, he doesn't care. I'm like, hey, Sean, you want to eat
This year you can see. Yeah, there we were. Even the food we can touch it was cold.
It's so cold. At least you can relax back and still be okay.
You can feel sick.
That's why those people don't stay back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Start only
How they say, let's go to our own. You know, when you feel out, you get outside, you're like, thank God.
see your
Yeah, I'm the one drinking it. Yeah, I'm the one drinking it.
so funny.
Yep. Yeah.
You're at your own house and you're living in. Paper towels out.
Yep. I'm here.
Okay, we're gonna talk about how I met. We're gonna talk about how I met Fulgence Part 1.
Yeah. But one.
Part 1. Okay. So my names are Esther, Diana, Banda Mukala. And
No.
your names?
Suck in there.
Oh.
That's why I miss right now.
Your ten.
Fulgence. Mwanyalo. Mukala.
Alright, so I was born and grew up in Chimbada district in Zambia. And I went to Kanjala Basic School. I later went to Hillside Girls High School. And then I finished at Chipada Day Secondary School.
I was born in Kenya, some place called Voi. I was raised in Mombasa and Taita. I went to primary, Mlamba Primary School in Mwanda. Then Kipevu Primary in Mombasa. Then I went to St. Charles Luanga, Mombasa, secondary school. And then I went to DMMS, Dalmas Moka Secondary School.
Okay. And that where you finished high school? Okay. So yeah, when I finished my high school, I went to Lusaka State House Police, where I lived with my uncle called Uncle Jay. It's John Nyerenda.
So when I finished school, I went to Nairobi. I went to South Africa, Johannesburg. That's where I met this beautiful woman.
So I lived with my uncle, then I started work at this embassy at Comesa, behind Comesa building. It's called this embassy. I went to South Africa. That's where I met my husband, Fulgence.
Me, I never worked in Kenya because I left when I finished high school. So, but I did some manual job, like piping, digging the ground and then you put the pipes going to the rich people, the water going to the rich. Yeah, that's what I did. And then I did some agriculture in one of my uncle's farms in Voi, in Singa there. Yeah, but formal work, never worked in Kenya.
He was very slender when I met him.
Mosquito.
Mr. Skinny Leg. He was very slender. That was
yeah.
slender though.
Yeah, she was very small too. I could carry her. Yeah. Oh, push her with my.
You too, even when you hold me, like when we used to walk in the street of Johannesburg.
Nelson, you remember Nelson Mandela Bridge?
We used to walk over there back then. Oh, this is so good.
Sometimes at night we used to go sit
see that.
outside the store and talk.
Look at that.
That's
It's chocolate.
Yeah. And I think our first date was in Pretoria. Burgers Hut. They call Burgers Hut? It was a burger spot, I think.
A burger's pack.
Burgers Park.
Burgers Park.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Burgers Park. Yeah. Pretoria.
So in Pretoria. When we sat there, it was nice. Just sitting and talking. It was beautiful.
Yeah, we had Coca-Cola.
I think so.
So I was like, push it that way.
And yeah.
Everything's tilted.
Yeah, but we were at the park first before we came to where we ate food and things. Yeah,
We sat at the park for like an hour
Yeah.
or more than that.
talking.
We were just talking. I was sitting on your lap.
Yeah, yep.
You remember?
Yeah, I do remember, yes.
At that time, we were just friends, and I didn't even think that we one day be married.
Yeah,
We were just friends.
yeah, we used to really, get along. That's a good thing.
We got along
We
well.
were friends first, yep. And we could understand each other without saying a word.
Yeah, sometimes you just look at me and then I know what he wants. Like if he tells me
Exactly. Yep.
he wants me to go or follow him or something, you just look at my face and then I know that okay, this is what he wants.
That's what you need for a wife. That you can talk to her using your eyes.
That's what
That's it.
attracted me more to him because like I felt like there was a connection. Kind of like he just looks at me and I know what he wants. Yeah. Even now there are things that he doesn't say to me. He just he just look at me and I know this is what he wants.
Yep.
Right?
You can command without saying a word. You can say I'm thirsty without saying a word, and the water or drink comes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I licked them candy windows. I licked them.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah. After South Africa, I think I went back to home, back to Kenya. And both of us were crying.
I was so worried. I didn't think I was gonna see him again. And he promised me he was gonna keep in touch, but I was worried, to be honest. Like I went to Zambia as well for a holiday that time.
Yeah, it was one of the darkest days. I felt like so.
I was so lost.
I feel so sad in my heart that I'll see you again, but I promise that I'll see you.
And I remember you gave me a call.
Yeah, when I got in
You
Nairobi
called me.
after a week, I think I did call you.
You called me on a Zambian number, and I think I was with my sisters. That call was so important to me. Like I felt so good. I'm like, oh, so you keep this promise. Like I answered your call. I think by then you were getting
It was
ready.
Uncle's landline. I use a landline.
You were getting ready to come to America.
Yes. I already looking for a visa there. Yeah.
And then when you finally told me you got your visa coming to America, I was like, that was it.
Oh, this guy has got wings. If will he ever?
I was like, will he ever come back? But yeah, I'm glad you kept the promise and we kept in touch.
God is good.
So that's our part one.
Yes.
And
Wherever you love.
and here
keep
we
the
are
hope.
celebrating how many? 9 years.
9 years together.
Together.
Yes.